High conference report. Well, the way I see it is like this. The fact of the matter is it's always about the psychology. We subtract that out, and it's kind of like going to a day at the beach. You know, you can be at the beach and say, this is lovely, this is already great. You know, what has oceanography got to do with this? You know, what good does oceanography do? Sure, study the ocean, but the beach is great. You're not going to change that. So it's kind of pointless. But of course, it's not pointless. There can be points at which you even have to know oceanography to protect the beach as such. But still, it's kind of truth. You can separate oceanography, but you can't separate the fact that if something really terrific is going on the ocean, it's going to affect the beach. And you can go to the beach. The interesting thing is to go to the beach, which is like the subjects that we are talking about. And you can't ignore the facts of the ocean. You can build sandcastles and play beach games and stuff. But at some point you're going to go, hey, why is this log here? This log makes no sense. I believe it was placed here by the beach. And you study that, and you find out, yes, it was placed by the ocean. And so was all of the sand. The beach was created by the ocean. The ocean is the human psychology, and the beach is just one of these effects of it. It's wonderful just to go to the beach, study it. Can you surf there? You know, study what it's like on a decent day, and ignore the impact of the ocean. But at the point at which you want to study the ocean, and you go to the beach as a way of studying the ocean, you get some interesting phenomena. So while normally people give us our encoding, they put a certain amount of motion in, but let's give them credit for trying to have it just be the facts, a part that isn't about their personality, and we interpret it the same way, and let's say we get this body of facts separate from the personality. But if what we're interested in studying is that personality, how it generates such a thing, and how it generates the beaches, for to use the metaphor, then we can look at that set, knowing that there is a nature to this set of ideas as facts, these beaches, the common things of all the beaches around the world. And we can say, well, look, this beach that this mind made is a particular type. It was created in a particular shape, and we can learn something about the ocean by the fact that this factual statement of a belief in free will, separated from the personality, is still distinct from this other statement, this other beach created by another personality, another ocean. Okay, and we can look at those two beaches, and we can learn something about the difference of the personalities that created them by looking at the differences between these sets of factual statements, right? Because no two factual statements are the same, and the material differences between them relate to the material differences of their cause, which is personality and psychology. Okay, so really all we're studying is psychology. And the fact that we're studying it from the inside is just evidence that philosophy is about a worldview. It's how do you live in this world, And it does make it somewhat fundamentally different from psychology, but not insofar as we're studying a different domain. The difference is the severe difference that can be made by perspective. Studying psychology as the thing experiencing the phenomena of consciousness is different from studying this brain as something that's creating consciousness in others. There's a fundamental difference in the perspective, in those two perspectives. But we know that they're related, and thus we can force that relation and that mapping. We can know that when we create a form that seems ethereal, really, in a very real sense, it has to be material. And for us to really care about it, it has to also relate to something material, something else that's also material, beyond itself, beyond the brain. So, yeah. No, and I got the reply. I wonder, too, if you get this reply, but I don't see why not. I think it's a pretty... I've switched back and forth between literal and metaphorical statements, but I think you can get the point. Cheers.